Today I'm going to show you how you can double your CPS.
And I'm not even joking.
By the end of this video, a lot of you guys will have literally doubled your CPS without having to download an auto clicker. Don't do that, don't do that. A few of you may or may not have noticed that very recently I've been buying a ton of gaming mice. I made a video with the Bedless Noob mouse, the Pulsefire Haste, and this mouse. But why have I, the Great Guinea, been buying so many gaming mice? Research. Not because I'm obsessed. Oh, okay, maybe. And through this research, I have discovered many things. Either way, these tips have been helpful for me especially, and will transform your Bedwars and Skywars games. I literally can't wait for you gamers to see them. They will also be ordered in effectiveness, so make sure to stay till the end. So before we get into the tips, there's two things which need to be said. Number one, CPS isn't everything. You've probably heard this one a lot because this has been something that's been both discussed by players and YouTubers like me. And trust me, as someone who used to obsess over CPS, the number of times I get absolutely outsmarted by some nerd in Bedwars is just endless. It's endless. Being able to click your mouse in PvP is obviously very important, and bridging methods such as telebridging would be so much harder without the ability of drag clicking. That being said, if you can only click around 7 to 9 times a second, you should be fine in Minecraft PvP. It's almost like every Hypixel YouTubers brainwashed everyone into thinking they need 20 CPS even just to log onto the server, and that's just not the case. Now, second of all, high CPS actually reduces your knockback, but get this, it also reduces your movement speed. Think of it in a way that high CPS essentially turns you into a tank, but also gives you the movability of a tank. Because of this, I would recommend learning combo locking, S or W tapping after you watch this video. So Guiny, how exactly did you double your CPS? Well, dear player, it's time for me to expose myself. This entire time, I have been using 2 mice. Okay, but for real, the first tip to doubling your CPS is to own a mouse that is capable of double clicking. And I know everyone says this, but wait, no, wait, somebody can still explain, wait! Now, before any of you try murdering me for saying something so unbelievably obvious, let me explain. I think most of you know what double clicking is, and if you don't, it's when you click your mouse in a way that basically your click duplicates. Essentially, 1 click equals 2 clicks. It makes sense that having a mouse that can register twice as many clicks is gonna help you achieve a higher CPS. And if you think that only the most expensive mice can double click, you're stupid. Case study 1. The Pulsefire Haste. A mouse that I literally mentioned at the beginning of this video, and a mouse that also gave me 250,000 views. Good God. Costs only $30 renewed. Heck, even some office mice do literally the same thing. So even if you don't have a lot of money, you can still buy a mouse that can double click. So let's skedaddle to the next tip. Oh my goodness. Mouse shapes. There are 2 different types of mouse shapes that determine how you use your mouse. The first being the ergonomic mouse shape, which is mostly designed to fit the right hand. Secondly, the ambidextrous mouse shape, in which the mouse is completely symmetrical on both sides. And thirdly, the imposter from Among Us. A main complaint which I heard from others when I was reviewing the Pulsefire Haste was about the size of the mouse, which leads on to the next thing I want to talk about. Just like with shapes, gaming mice also come in different sizes. Why is this important? Because if your hands are comparable to Shrek's, there's a good chance that you'll need to go with a larger mouse. If you're left-handed and use an ergonomic mouse, you might have experienced some level of discomfort, because shape-wise, ergonomic mice are typically sold predominantly right-handed. Along with having trouble aiming and just generally using the mouse, if you don't have the right shape and size for your hands, then there's a definite chance that you will lose out on CPS. Now, this next tip is one that I found so incredibly helpful. How helpful, you may be asking? To the point in which I felt that I had to tweet about it. By the way, follow me on Twitter. If you didn't know, the percentage of people butterfly clicking has slowly been increasing since the beginning of this year, with now over 60% of 10,000 people saying that they butterfly click in Minecraft PvP. This next tip literally applies to that 60% of you, so pay close attention. There's this mistake in which a large amount of butterfly clickers will make while PvP, and this being tensing your fingers. If you don't don't know, tensing your fingers essentially ruins your chances of double clicking, which butterfly clicking heavily relies on. Because of this, when you tense your fingers while PvPing, your CPS will practically take a nosedive, making you lose that boxing duel. This is especially true in close PvP scenarios where the stakes are high for both players, and then there's like this element of pressure that could cause you to start panicking and start tensing your fingers. The speed of how fast you alternate your fingers while butterfly clicking matters as well. If you butterfly click with speed in mind, you will actually lose out on CPS, which is counterproductive, as it reduces your chances of successfully double clicking. To improve your chances of double clicking, I would recommend practicing double clicking first. Believe it or not, but you can actually feel when the mouse double clicks, and you can practice double clicking by clicking the mouse with the right force. Anyways, those are the tips. I really hope they helped you guys out. If they did, let me know. I really tried my best. Love you guys. Peace.